one of the questions is about, that there were different wordings that were used between the government, the Prime Minister, and also the state government. What's your take on that, the definition of distress and then stress?
Jason, I don't think there's anything different meaning in those words. When you look at the context in which those words were used, it went on to say, in financial distress and unable to pay rent because of the coronavirus. So whether they're under financial stress or under financial distress, I don't think it's a real difference. The question is, because of the coronavirus, has that affected their capacity to pay the rent? Now, the coronavirus can do that in many ways. They may have lost their job altogether. They may have had a massive reduction in their salary. Their partner might have been put off. So I think any circumstances of the coronavirus that has affected their ability to pay their rent is going to qualify. Whether you call that stress or distress, I don't think it really matters.
Well, another question that we have here is, if the landlord agrees to the rent holiday, would the agent still be entitled to any commission at all out of the rent that should have been paid?
No.
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 Property Occupations Act and the letting appointment enable the agent to charge commission on the rent received.
Okay.
If no rent is received, no commission payable.
Yeah, we understand the seriousness of this, and this is no laughing matter. But even if you have some special conditions put into the tenancy agreement, I think that's going to be considered invalid because this is contrary to what the Act actually sets up for.
It's conceivable that a letting agent might be able to come to some agreement with an owner to charge them some kind of management fee to manage the tenancy. But most letting appointments, as you would know from when you do your verifications, most letting appointments now just have one fee, a commission, which might be 7.5%. Some might have a commission of 6% and a management fee of 1.5%. But in any event, that is a percentage of the rent received. So if no rent's received, you can't get any commission. It would be possible to set up a letting appointment where you got your commission as a percentage of rent and you got a dollar management fee. That I've not seen that sort of thing before, but that would be possible. But I think lots of owners will push back on that. And I think if a letting agent tried to impose that, I think there'd be a lot of opposition from owners who might well start to look at external agents to manage their property if they try to do that. So I think, unfortunately, if the landlord gives a tenant a rental holiday, the poor old letting agent has to have a commission holiday.
And I think it's important to realize that this is not going to be going on forever. We're looking at, short term. So we ride out the bad times together. We enjoy the good times together.
I think those are the questions that I had for you guys. And any other closing comments or any other key message you want to send out to the general public?
Okay, I would really urge the managers to continue to establish, if not, increase their frequency of communication with the committee, just to let them know that they're pretty much on top of everything. Do their work well. Make yourselves available as much as you can, just to let your lot owners know that you are here for them. What else, John?
Michelle, I can't say much more other than we are all suffering. Any business, any profession is suffering. I think personally that the steps which the government have taken are starting to get some traction, and the increase in numbers is slowing, which is really important. We are so far ahead of almost every other country, except perhaps Singapore, South Korea, and China. So I think we're seeing some traction. I think it's going to be tough, but I don't think it's going to be months and months. I think it's going to be some months, but I think by sometime around about late May, June, certainly by July, I think we'll start to see a lot of things coming back to normality. So we just got to write it out.
Yeah, we're in this together, and we just got to write it out.
Yeah, and there's no time for anybody to be greedy, because if people start to get greedy, then that's going to harm them in the long term, I think.
Great advice. Yeah, thank you very much. I guess, it is a difficult time, unprecedented time. We just have to, live it day by day, I suppose, and see how things go. But then, be ready to make our own contribution to work together and get to the other side, as the Prime Minister puts it. Thank you very much again, John and Michelle, for joining us. And we'll make this available to as many people as possible to help everyone out.